Morning.
Happy Monday.
Yes.
Happy National Weather Person's Day.
Thank you. Happy to be here doing weather on National Weather Person's Day. I feel like it's the only way to celebrate, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like working on your birthday. Why not?
Yeah, which I have to do anyway because it's during a ratings month. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Is your birthday? No, it isn't,
June.
Right? Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us on this Monday. We've included something new to the TV side of things. And Gib, are we going to be showing the weather quiz standings today?
Yeah.
So yes, we will be showing that later as soon as Heather gets done texting.
No, I'm looking at the comments from the other video.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, sorry, but I am. This is work-related business.
I see, okay. So what we started this morning is actually Gib's idea. Well, Gib put it into action.
Yes.
We're keeping track, essentially, of our guesses. So we have a Facebook viewer option. And how can people get involved with that, Heather?
Yeah, so for those of you who like to sleep in till 8:35, I understand. But this is for people who are up at 6:20 in the morning, where we do our first Facebook Live, the more behind the scenes informal one. And so we'll show you, and we did today, we'll show you the weather quiz. You'll give us your answer then, and then we'll reveal the answer at like 6:50 during the live show. But if you're not in our viewing area and you're not watching, we'll reveal it today. Here, now, during this weather and Facebook Live.
Yep.
So.
Good deal.
Yeah.
We're keeping track of my guesses, which is scary. Gibbs' guesses, our producer, Sarah, as well. So.
Yes, everybody included. So.
Yeah.
Everyone's standings is there. You're with Sarah, Brendan, and Gib. So you guys can either win together or lose together. But and it'll be a different person every day, right? So.
Yeah, Susan Radke guessed this morning. And
yes.
So
she guessed platinum. We'll have that as one of, I'll already say that. So you guys can, put your answers down there too. And then we'll reveal it at the end like we usually do. And then Gib will show that graphic at the end too. Miss Allie Baxter, she's in the studio, you guys, right now.
I was trying to sneak in and grab some batteries.
She's trying to sneak in.
She needs some batteries.
Yeah.
For some interviews maybe later, Allie?
Yes, you got to be prepared just in case.
You never know, yeah.
Coverage tonight. I think Heather, I didn't hear what Allie's doing today, but I think Heather
was it
knows.
Christopher Thomas sentencing, that story from I think about 2 years ago with the guy who kidnapped the woman and took her to the storage shed.
Oh.
He is now being sentenced.
Okay, so today's sentencing. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she's talking to the survivor, and then she'll be there for the sentencing.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, and the survivor's choosing just to talk to us about this, which is big.
Okay.
So we're going to have that, I'm sure, at 6. I know it's a little bit later. The sentencing is like 2, but Allie Baxter is great at her job. So it will probably be a new at 6 kind of thing. But
okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Friday. So that's why she worked Friday. And then sentencing got delayed. It keeps getting delayed. So hopefully it actually happens today.
Gotcha.
And I think it will. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about that story, it's probably not on the front page of our website now, but once we get more information, we'll update that. But you can just search what? Christopher Thomas or something on our website or something
like that. Yeah, I would search that and see what comes up. I'm not sure if it was more vague before his name was released or anything like that, but yeah. And it was a while ago. It's like closer to a year or 2. So
yeah. So yeah, that conversation took a little turn, but of course the news isn't always
sunshine and rainbows.
No, not at all.
And Allie does a very good job covering those harder stories.
Definitely. Yep. And Allie used to be on the morning show. You're like, where does that name sound? Allie Baxter used to be on the morning show. She was our live reporter in the mornings, but now she's on the dayside shift and she's covering, more news of the day with a harder angle. It's not so much festivals and things. So
yeah, and then she'll always be, for now, Brendan's fill-in for when he takes time off. So you'll occasionally see her from time to time. And I try to get her on Facebook Live as much as I can. But she'll go to like the cops briefing during the morning. So sometimes that makes it a little hard. But
she's a busy lady.
She is. But lucky to have her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're both wearing goldish yellow today. This was not planned, you guys. But we were both feeling the Valpo angle with our question of the day and the sunshine back in the forecast. That was kind of my thought, was Valpo and sun.
Gotcha. Yeah, the question of the day, since we are honoring Heather our chief meteorologist, Joe Charlevoix, and then Trevor Robideau on weekends. We are, and Trevor fills in throughout the week and does stories and things, but we are honoring them today. We had a little trivia this morning, Heather.
Yeah.
And the majority of our respondents did not get the right answer.
They didn't. But our Facebook Live viewers, you guys know the answer.
Yeah.
Some of you were commenting, Paul was, and a few others.
Yep.
So the ones, we talk a lot about Valpo, so obviously you guys here know. But I think the viewers and the other people on Facebook, not so much. So maybe they learned a few things.
They know now. Yeah, 2 of our 3 meteorologists went to the same university, and that happens to be
the one that Brendan went to, too.
Yeah, Valparaiso University in Northwest Indiana translates to the Vale of Paradise. And
I loved going to school in Northwest Indiana, though.
Yeah. Oh, I had a great college
My
experience.
first experience going to the Midwest, too.
That's right. Yeah, you growing up out west. Things are a little different in the Midwest, huh?
Yeah, like we only visited more out west things, like, the national parks, and maybe went down to Colorado, but that was as far east as we went. Until I decided to go to college randomly, very randomly. So
Joe graduated from Valpo in
a few years ago,
2000, something like that.
Yeah.
Or 2001. Anyway, and then I went there a few years after that, and then Heather went there a few years after that. Our paths never crossed until Heather came up here a couple of years ago.
We kind of overlapped just in the way of like both being a part of the same TV organization.
Yes, so we knew the same people.
Yeah.
But we never overlapped. So.
And Valpo's so small that even our graduates, we all know who each other are, or especially if they're still in the broadcasting industry. We have quite a few Valpo alum, even at our sister stations in Kalamazoo and in Flint. So yeah, small but big family at the same time.
We do in Flint? Who's in Flint?
We used to. I think now it's no, there isn't any in Flint.
But yeah, definitely Kalamazoo.
And then other stations.
South Bend, Houston, New York City. Anyway, everywhere. I'm sure this is very exciting for our friends. What are our friends even saying here? Are we going to see winter again? Something else. Anyway, people are saying hi and guessing on the weather quiz. Shall we just get into the weather? Quiz,
we'll do the weather since it's Weather Person's Day. And
there we go. You do what you want. It's your special day, Heather.
And you guys are all wondering, I'm sure. So we'll get into that. So weather quiz first. Found in coins steel. Without it, you wouldn't be able to buy your meal. The color is silvery white, naturally found in pentlandite. What is it? Platinum, nickel, or gold? Kind of goes with our theme today, too.
Yeah.
Gold. So we'll start off with our live look over Gaylord, though. It's been socked in basically all morning. We could see some slick spots on the roads. If you are in northern Michigan watching there, where we are seeing some fog, take the roads slow this morning, especially all of our temperatures are pretty much well below freezing. So we are seeing some slick spots on the roads over in Gaylord and quite a bit of fog. So this is what the visibility map looks like. We're down to a half mile in visibility over in Newberry, 7 on Mackinac Island, about over 1 in Rogers City, down to a half mile in Gaylord. So you can see where that thick fog is, closer to I-75. And then 2 and 3 miles in Cadillac and Houghton Lake. We're seeing cloudy skies too. So as you're waking up, we could also see lower cloud decks as well that aren't fog. So very cloudy start to the day. The next few hours, though, we'll start to see sunshine moving in. So we'll see a little bit of some sunshine in the eastern upper peninsula first through the tip of the mitt. Portions of the northern lower could see it into the early afternoon, close to lunch hour. By around dinner hour, we'll start to see a little bit of clearing on the western side of the map, close to Lake Michigan, and that's dinner. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover in the rest of northern Michigan up to the eastern upper peninsula. This will stick with us through the evening, so we'll see cloudy skies tonight, and we also could see some fog developing. Our next weather story, we talked all week about how dry it is and how abnormal that is. We are still going to stay under this abnormally dry, high pressure, and well above average high temperatures throughout the first part of our week. After hump day, once we get over that hump, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll finally have our next weather system making its way across northern Michigan. We'll see chances for some rain. Mainly, it's going to be rain. We could also break some record highs too. And I'll show you what that looks like on the extended forecast, but talking about breaking record highs both Thursday and Friday, depending on where you're at. And then we could see snow mixing in just a little bit more into the weekend as our cooler air mass will arrive. It will be closer to normal by that time, I think, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to show you what the jet stream forecast looks like. So we look at this in the upper levels to see any changes in weather patterns. This is the overall patterns here. And we're still under this ridging, and you can see that split in the troughs on either side, those blue colors and those dips in the winds. So big trough over the West Coast. That's why they're seeing a bunch of flooding. We're staying under those greens and yellow colors in most of Michigan. And then this is what it'll look like into Thursday. We'll still be under that southwesterly flow that's bringing that warm air up to us. As we head to Thursday, though, we'll start to see more troughing across most of the United States, like even in Texas, North Texas, we'll see some cooler temperatures there. So that is what's going to cause our next system to slide right overhead, and we'll see some rain and snow. For ozone forecast highs today, though, mild weather will continue. And those highs in the 30s up to the 40s. 42 in Newberry today, early morning fog. We'll say partly sunny skies because the eastern upper does have a better chance to see some sunshine. We'll call mostly cloudy skies in the northern lower, 42 in Mayo. If you're close to the shoreline of Lake Michigan today, too, we'll see a light northerly or northeasterly wind, and 44 over Houghton Lake, being one of the warmer spots, Baldwin 45 in Reed City. Tonight will cool off to the 20s in the eastern upper. We could see some patchy fog developing. Fog is a possibility for everyone. Our winds are going to shift mainly out of the southeast tonight too, but calm winds tonight with mostly cloudy skies just about everywhere. 30 in Traverse City, 27 inland like Lake City, 26 in Cadillac. Now extended forecast, as I mentioned, so dry weather Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're going to start to see some later rain in the day on Thursday. That will carry into Friday. Winds will pick up Friday too, but look at those high temperatures, 40s and 50s. Could break some records. And then Saturday and Sunday, cooler air mass moves in just in time for Sunday. And it looks like behind the system, you know, that northwesterly flow off that low pressure, we will see some light lake effect. I think it'll be pretty localized in those lake effect bands on the western side of both the eastern upper and northern lower. That's what it's showing for now. So that's why we have light lake effect in there.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Shall we say hi to our friends?
Yes, Brendan.
Okay. We got Christopher reporting 31 and cloudy in Farmington Hills. Paul watching from Rogers City. Our friend Susan Radke watching. Good morning to you. Lori watching from Cedar. Paula watching from Boyne Falls. 28 and cloudy where she is, but she did see the sun Saturday and Sunday.
I did too, and it just like boosted my mood.
Oh, so
times
nice.
5,000.
It's gorgeous.
I like took a nap on Friday, woke up, and I was like, whoa. I knew this was going to happen, but like, whoa.
Need the sunglasses.
Yeah, I did. I had to pull out the sunglasses that have been in the car for a long time.
25, where Susie Q is in Frederick. She's hoping everybody had a beautiful weekend. She went skiing twice and snowshoeing.
Oh, perfect.
She's off to go swimming today. We have Joel watching from the Pleasanton Patriots Pub, 30 degrees and cloudy. Put out 384 maple syrup taps and probably around 400 today.
I saw my friends in Antrim County, that farm I went to like last year.
Yeah.
They already tapped their trees this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So that was something I was going to pass along to Trevor because they said the maple syrup is flowing. It's been so warm.
Okay. So things are looking good right now, or it's still too early to say?
I think, you know, it's hard to tell, but it looks good as far as trying to collect what's, you know, flowing out of the trees. So,
okay.
Yeah, they got most of their taps set up already. So looks like an earlier season for maple syrup all around.
Oh, and Joel said, we have never tapped this early. Well,
yeah, they also said that on Facebook too. Out of the Woods is the farm I'm talking about.
We got Susan Lash Sims watching. It's foggy in Kalkaska. It's 27 degrees. It's 29 in East Jordan. Thank you, Nancy, for watching, as she does pretty much every day. I don't think there's been a day she's missed. Paula said matching as usual. Not planned.
It's not, I promise you guys.
It's still
I don't
fun.
plan that far in advance. Like I just grab all my dresses and just deal with it in the morning.
Same. I'm barely awake and like, okay, what goes with the, yeah. Christopher guessing nickel. Susan Radke saying she failed the Facebook viewer team this morning. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
It's okay, Susan.
Yeah. You will not be the first or the last.
Well,
You may be the first, but you certainly will not be the last.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you had your chance today. next week. Maybe you can redeem yourself, Susan. We'll give somebody else a chance tomorrow and then Wednesday and the rest of the week.
Mhm.
Joel's guessing nickel. Susie Q loves the yellow. Paul is guessing nickel. Leslie's watching from Harrison. Hey, Leslie, it's 23 degrees. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds where she is. Susan Lash Sims is guessing nickel as well. Christopher said today is his cousin Wendy's birthday. She lives in Georgia. She's 53 as well. They were born 4 days apart.
Wow.
Christopher's 4 days older than his cousin.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Happy birthday, Wendy. Tom is saying good morning to the team. Hey, Tom. Wants to know, Heather, are we ever going to see winter again this year? Good question.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Looking at the longer range forecast, it's not looking likely that we will see crazy cold temperatures here. But I think after this low pressure system comes through, we'll be under more of that cooler Arctic air mass from Canada. And I think we're going to feel a little bit closer to normal. Those temperatures will be normal. It's still saying below average precipitation. I was looking with Trevor Drew just before Facebook Live. We were talking about skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
And the next 7 to 10 days, we're looking at still above average temperatures, but then we're kind of at the spot where likely chances of above or below average temperatures, and then still below average precipitation. But that doesn't mean none at all. I still think we're going to see a little bit of snow, but I don't think it's going to be crazy by any means coming up here soon. I hope we kind of get a second wind of winter, just to kind of be able to go skiing maybe one more time. And then maybe, other events for people too. But yeah, it's hard to tell, Tom, but it's looking a little bit better.
Okay.
I mean, the last 2 weeks have not looked great at all. So, but if you like 45 degrees and sunshine, it's hard to be mad at that when it's the first week of February.
Yeah.
But I know, plow truck drivers and, the snowmakers and all of that. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Yep. And the snow lovers are not snow lovers too.
Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, but a month after the winter solstice is when temperatures are at their lowest.
Yes.
On average, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much from January 20th, 21st, 22nd or whatever. Now kind of like that, what is a bell curve essentially that starts to go up with the average temperatures?
Slowly.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, and that's almost, the gradual way of gaining more and more daylight too. And
Sure.
with more daylight, you get more daytime heating, higher temperatures, radiation back into the atmosphere. So correlation there. Sun drives all of our weather.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to point that out, but yes.
Who else do we have? Nancy is guessing nickel. And Susie Q, hopefully got the question there. It's posted right there. Joel saying hi to Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Mark saying good morning from a cool Zephyr Hills, Florida, 57 degrees and sunny. Paul is guessing nickel. Jackie is watching. Hello. It's cloudy down in Hilton Head, 50 degrees. She said, you two look great. Thanks,
you.
Jackie. I'm sure you do too. She's going to pick gold. Laura's guessing nickel. Mark's guessing nickel. Wally's watching from North Fort Myers. He says nickel. And Marge's guessing the same thing. And she's reporting frozen fog in Wyandotte.
Oh, yeah.
Susie Q is guessing nickel. Alice, hello Alice, guessing nickel. Joel drove back from the Sioux in freezing fog all the way home.
Oof.
And that's
How
long.
was the
the I-500?
I-500? I'd like to know.
Let's see if he commented. I don't see it. But yeah, I would like to know, Joel.
Go
Hopefully
Polaris,
I had a fun time.
right? Polaris?
Yeah, exactly. Good memory. Christopher gives the meteorologist a lot of credit because there's a lot of hard work with math and science, plus getting through the requirements for your AMS, NWA, or CBM. So thank you, Heather, Joe, and Trevor for all the hard work for the weather forecasts.
Yes, thank you. I have been studying almost every day to get my AMS here soon. So it's been fun to review all that stuff. It all comes back really quickly, though. It's kind of surprising. Just reading, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So
the word's fun, is it? Is it fun?
Yeah, a little bit. I love school, and I still miss homework and all of that, but I don't miss the whole studying thing.
Right.
So it's hard to motivate myself, especially on this shift, because like if I nap, then it's like, okay, I got to choose either studying or the gym.
Yep.
And I need to work out to feel better. And so there's just like this huge juggling process. And I had to set a goal at the beginning of the year for myself, because I was like on and off studying last year. I'm like, you know what, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, so every day I'm going to do this much, or by the week, this is my goal of how many hours, because they suggest 100 hours of studying or more.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, okay, maybe like 3 months. Like, so springtime is my goal.
Oh, to take it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Coming up.
My unofficial goal, but I'm speaking this into existence now, so everyone knows. But yeah, that's the goal. It's like springtime to kind of get that before all the knowledge is like harder to absorb again. So I'm trying to get that done sooner rather than later.
So for those who are not familiar with AMS, what does that mean? What are you taking a test for? What does this all do for your career?
There's requirements too. So the American Meteorological Society sets, the certain amount of requirements and what classes you have to take in order to become a certified broadcast meteorologist. And the CBM seal says that like they stand behind that, your knowledge and the science and what you're talking about. So all the math and science I took at Valpo, I took all the math and science that everyone needs to get this AMS seal, but it's the same amount of math and science that my friends did that went to masters and getting their PhDs. So we're all on the same level. Even though we're just doing TV, it's just a different form of weather. And then by those requirements, you also have to meet the 2 years of being on live television. So my 2 years were already met when I did the weekends, but now that I'm on mornings, now I can actually apply to do it because I'm still on live television. You have to cut your reel of what you do every day, and they have to review that. And then you take a written exam, which is anything and everything that you learned, from calculating dew points to thermal wind to blocking patterns to circulations and climate change and global patterns. And it could be anything. So I'm just slowly whittling away at that. And so you take that exam, you got to get like a 70-ish%, I think, or more. And then they have to approve your reel, saying like they stand behind your, schooling and knowledge, and then that you are sealed behind the AMS. So,
okay.
And you have to pay for that too. But it's not like super crazy or anything. But once you have that, I know they're like closer to like 1,000 certified broadcast meteorologists right now. So there's not a lot of us. And you have to take the amount of, the right classes to do it and all of that. So, yeah.
And then Heather gets a fancy little seal next to her name.
I want the seal at the bottom of my name. That's like, I told that to our news director since I started. Like, that's the goal if I stay in broadcast. Is like, I want that seal there.
I know where the button is in our graphics system. You just hit the little button.
I know, but
we have to be accurate, and of course. Yeah. Well, I know you'll keep us updated, Heather, with all your studying and when you take the tests and things.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun time.
Well, I appreciate you explaining that. I'm sure that's interesting for our friends too.
Yeah, if they have questions, I'm willing to answer. But
so many people are interested in weather.
Yeah.
And it's not just, I heard something the other day, I won't say which media organization it was, but they were just playing around like, oh, is it -70 or 70 degrees? Like meteorologists don't know or something like that.
No.
It's like, they do. They do know. Especially our meteorologists here at the station. And there's so much work that goes behind the scenes. And just when people poo-poo it, it's like, well, you don't understand what goes on behind. I don't even understand what's going on with the atmosphere and all these different things. So anyway, it just irks me a little bit when people. Yeah.
I do. Like, if you want to frustrate me and really like just poke the bear, say something like that. And I'm like, that's the one thing that I'm like, no. It is like a wonderful job. It's different every day. It's hard, but we chose to do this. So we know what kind of goes into it. But when people are like, oh, I could do a better job. Okay, here's my weather remote. Go ahead, explain it, and then come back to me. I would love for that to happen. Yeah. Especially in Northern Michigan. It's just, it's a fun time.
I know we're like slightly going down a little dangerous path, but we just appreciate what Heather, Joe, Trevor do. And
so I guess it's fitting on National Weather Person's Day that I'm announcing that. That's a goal for me.
There you go.
As a meteorologist.
Yeah, very
Circling
fitting.
back,
Susie Q saying, Heather, you do a great job. Of
Oh,
course.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a long comment from Christine. Happy Monday, Facebook friends. I was going not to do. Oh, she was not going to do the weather quiz because she's usually wrong. But since I watch early and don't know the answer yet, why not? We would love, Mom, for you to
Yeah,
be
she
included.
did. She did give us an answer, but we were just kind of going off who was first.
Susan
and
Radke
then,
was first.
yeah. But like maybe tomorrow. It just depends, you know.
She said, "Happy Weather Day, Heather."
Thank you.
You both look so beautiful. She wasn't happy about Valparaiso because Brendan was gone 4 long years, but too far away. Yeah, it was 5 hours from Port Huron. And
we were just talking about
Christine
this.
wasn't happy about that. Hey, Mom, guess how far Heather had to travel for college?
30 hours, 31.
30 hours, yeah.
And then the time changed.
Yeah.
So my mom drove with me, fun fact, the first time I moved to Valpo. We did it in 5 days together. But we did more of a sightseeing, like the Badlands and Mount Rushmore and all of Sioux Falls. We stopped in South Dakota, the other spots. So we did a bunch of fun stuff along the way. And then after that, she's like, I'm never going to be doing that drive in your tiny Ford Focus again and all my clothes. And so my sister, my twin, did it with me every other year after that.
Oh, okay.
We did it in 3 days. We do 10 hours a day driving.
That's a lot of driving. Jeez.
I love driving though. So, but there was times where we're just like dozing off and it's like, oh. And we also drove through like thunderstorms that were fun. My sister not having fun, me having fun. So.
Well, speaking of having fun, I went downstate to see my mom and dad and Benji over the weekend and went to a chili crawl, as they put it, in downtown Port Huron. Kudos to those people who organized everything. You would go from restaurant to restaurant to get little samples of chili, and then you run into people who you know from town.
Are there adult beverages served too?
There were. We did not partake, but yes, there were. There's a little social drinking area in downtown Port Huron where you can, as long as you're in a certain area and beverages purchased at the downtown
places
businesses
where you get the cups
and
that are
and plastic and all that, you can keep, as long as you're in that area, you're good to go. So nice job to downtown Port Huron for putting on a fun chili fest.
At least there was something to do.
Yeah.
Because this time of year we had friends up from Alpena this weekend and we were looking at stuff to do in Traverse City. It's hard right now because it's not really winter. Like you can't really do snowshoeing in the wineries.
Yeah.
You can go to the wineries, but you know, there's not any other activities really, unless you go to the resorts. And so we were like kind of stuck at like what to do and how to spend our time a little bit.
And I just had meatloaf sandwich, Mom. Thank you. That was delicious. Mitchell is watching from Livonia downstate. Our friend and coworker, Trevor Drew, saying happy Monday. Marge saying happy Weather Person's Day. Joel said Bunky or Bunk Polaris won 7th time for them.
Oh.
Let me know if I'm saying that correctly, Joel. Lori saying hi to Joel. There's a lot of chat amongst each other. Joanne watching from Commerce. All the snow is gone. Where Joanne is there snow in Barton City yet? It's a good question.
Where is Barton City?
Barton City.
I never
wish I knew
heard
off the top of my head. I'm
that.
sorry, I don't.
Let me look.
While Heather's looking that up, we will say hi. Oh, Christopher talking about CMU, has a meteorology course. Paul saying hi to my mom.
A lot of people that I went to school with at Valpo were also trying to decide between CMU and Valpo. And both have great programs, just kind of what you're looking for more in the program and where you want to live.
Yeah.
So.
And Christopher is saying totally agree with Heather that he's seen all that on Facebook with people making fun of meteorologists, and he always tries to make them happy with a great comment. And like Heather says, try the job for one day and see how hard it really is. And Amy, watching in Gaylord.
Oh, Barton City is just kind of a little southwest of Alcona, so kind of on the Oscoda side of things.
Okay.
Looks like. I don't know how accurate this is going to be. This is an estimation, but Barton City would be like here, I think. Oh, maybe a little. Yeah, like west of Harris. Okay, yeah. So it looks like there's areas that Barton City's kind of in the corner there, coast to Curtis. So I think 1 to 3 inches, if that. That's kind of the same story across a lot of the northern lower, though, aside from our snow belt region like Otsego and Antrim and Kalkaska counties. But it's looking less and less
Yep.
every single day.
Hopefully that helps, Joanne.
Yes, I hope so.
And now, it is 9:06. Heather, shall we reveal the answer and then the standings?
Yes. Nickel is the answer. And this is used, in magnets, steels, and coins.
Okay,
And then we'll take a look at our standings. Look at that.
there we are.
Wow. Yeah, so Brendan, Gib, and Sarah all guessed it right. And then Facebook viewers, plural. We'll see how you guys all do at the end of the week.
We shall see. So if you want to take part and if you're up at 6:20 Eastern time, please join us. So we'll show the weather quiz. Heather will read it, give the options. We'll choose somebody, not Susan Radke because she guessed today, but we'll guess, we'll all do our guessing and then we'll let you know who that person was and if they got it right.
Yes.
Yep. Amy talking about Otsego. Oh yeah. Amy's in Gaylord. Okay, I said that's the same Amy. Joanne said, thank you for that. Looking at the snow totals. Paul visited his first winery this weekend.
Oh,
In
in
a
Michigan?
soft opening. Not much snow left in Barton City. That's not far from where Paul is. And Barone Family Vineyard. Hopefully I'm saying that right, Paul. Got Susan Lash Sims 1 for 1, Joel 1 for 1, Alice with 5 thumbs up, Christopher 0 for 1, 1 for 1 for Susie Q, Amy talking about being in the snow belt. That's 1 for me now. That's Wally, and Jackie thought it was gold because both of us have gold on. I think Heather came up with this weather quiz after we got into work.
I did, and those answers are intentional. Just also because of the gold theme with Valpo.
Yeah.
I was going with the theme here.
Oh, Christopher actually got it right, 1 for 1. We are
Well,
not that there's
after
really
bedtime.
an end time, but we're way past that 9 o'clock.
Yes,
what
we have
aim
our
for.
recording to get to for the 1 p.m. So
Thanks for staying with us.
yes, have a good Monday, everyone. We'll be back here on Tuesday.
Bye.
See you then.